Welcome to Hustle Meets Harmony, where we juggle business, family, and everything in between. I'm Raina.
And I'm Taryn, two working moms chasing dreams, helping families, and keeping life in balance.
Join us for real stories, honest insights, and plenty of laughs as we figure it all out together.
This is Hustle Meets Harmony.
Today's guest brings such a great mix of clarity, creativity, and positive energy to everything she does.
Today, we're joined by Adrian Miller, founder of WordsWork Copywriting. Adrian helps people express who they are with confidence and connect more authentically through their words.
So if you've ever wanted your words online or in everyday life to feel more natural or more aligned and more you, then this is definitely the episode for you today.
Adrian, we're so excited to have you today.
Thank you so much. Happy to be here.
Yay. So before we jump into it, we always start with a quick lightning round.
Okay.
So mountains or beach?
Beach.
All right.
Book or podcast?
Book.
All right. What kind? Any specific
Any kind, pretty much. I'm a pretty avid reader.
Oh,
I love it. Love it. So you mentioned to us that happy hour is your favorite way to unwind. So what's your go-to drink?
Tequila shots.
Wow.
Oh.
I didn't expect that at all. I thought you were going to say, oh, nice glass of wine.
I love it. That's awesome.
This is going to be a great conversation. I'm very excited.
I'm already excited.
For someone meeting you for the first time, how do you usually describe what you do in a way that feels true to you?
I'm sorry, the recording that feels true to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So how do you describe what you do?
Oh, I just tell people that I'm a writer. We got very fancy lately, and we use all these euphemisms of content. I'm a content creator. I'm a writer. I've been a writer since I was probably 6 years old, and no one even used the word content then. So I'm a writer, and I write everything but books for other people.
Oh wow! Okay.
Yeah, plain and simple.
Wow, that's awesome. So was this always the direction that you saw for yourself, or did WordsWork evolve over time? Tell us more about that journey.
So I have a 3-decade-old company that I shuttered a couple of years ago. Maybe it's actually only a year and a half. That was a really successful sales training and business development consulting company. It was awesome. I loved it. I just got asked to do a presentation, and I'm going to do it, even though I closed those doors, just because it's still so much fun. I'm excellent at it, and I know I'll kick it, out of the park. So I'm excited about doing that. But I decided that it was time for Act 2. My Act 2 was going to be leaning into what I have always done, along with the sales training and business development consulting, which was writing. So after a while, when I work with clients, because I work with them for a long time, my clients work with me for years and years and years, they'd say, gee, can you help us write, fill in the blank, a PowerPoint, a blog, a newsletter, sales material, etc. And I always said yes. And all of a sudden I realized this was a whole business. So I soft launched WordsWork Copywriting without very much promotion, and really did most of my writing just for existing clients. And ultimately people found me through my writing, or through speeches, or through networking. And then after COVID, I decided I wanted to pivot, because 3 of my very large retainer clients had been bought by even bigger companies, and I became redundant, no longer had a steady retainer client, decided that what I really wanted to do was not go out and hunt out new business, but in fact, really pursue the writing passion. And so I made Adrian Miller sales training very quiet, made it go away digitally, and just started my writing company, which is doing really well. And now I push it everywhere I can, so it's not sitting quiet anymore. and it enables me to also pursue a lot of other things that I do. So it's a
love it.
win-win. Yeah.
That's great. So I love the idea of pivoting your business. You can change it at any time. So now that you kind of look back, how do you feel about it?
How do I feel about the pivot, or how do I feel
Yeah.
about my? Yeah. Oh, I feel
Pivot.
fabulous.
Pivot.
Oh no, I feel like I really did it right. It was the exact right time. I adore writing. I love what I do. So last year, and this is how much I love it. Last year, I went to Southeast Asia for a month, actually, just right now, about this time. And that's a big trip, 16 and a half hour flight over. So
Oh,
on
wow.
the flight over, I did all of the content for one of my clients for the entire month that I'd be away. So I took 16 and a half hours and wrote completely straight out onto my laptop. And when I landed, sat down in the airport, opened my laptop and pressed send and sent them the month's worth of work. So
Oh, my
content
goodness.
enables me to do what I do very, very, very well anywhere in the world.
Mhm.
And I like to be everywhere in the world.
I love it.
So,
I love it.
Yeah.
So is this like LinkedIn content, or where are you posting the content that you do?
I'm writing for other clients, so I'm writing where they want to be. A lot of them are on LinkedIn. I do a lot of social media. I write a lot of blogs. I write a lot of newsletters. I write a lot of sales letters. I write articles. Today, I just took someone's CV and turned it into a bio.
Wow.
I write PowerPoints. I write video scripts. Anything but a book. I've written a couple of books. I have a third book coming out now for myself. It's a very arduous task. It's not something I really enjoy doing. And so I don't want to do it for someone else.
Yeah.
I can do a booklet. I can do anything up to about 50 pages. But when you start getting into 100, 200, 300 pages, it's very difficult for me to maintain the other work I have. And I want to maintain that because I enjoy doing it.
Sure.
So it's my business. I can make the rules.
I love it.
That's awesome. And I guess like for Raina and I, we've kind of been on this journey over the last like 10 months of feeling the signs to pull and pivot and go different directions. So what would you tell somebody like ourselves that is in kind of like a growth, but also it's a little bit uncomfortable? What would you tell them about going after and pivoting?
Well, it depends. When you say the word pivot, you can pivot in a much more subtle way versus that total radical change that I made. I mean, it blew some people's minds because I had a very big footprint in that space and was successful. And honestly, if COVID hadn't hit and the texture of my business hadn't changed, I possibly would still be doing it. Okay. I had no problems. I really didn't. But when I sat back and thought about how to position what I was going to do moving forward with the changes that were forced upon me, that's when I realized I had to make a big radical change. A less radical change would have been running both the WordsWork copywriting and the sales training company sequentially, or under the sales training umbrella, having another module for content writing with a sales approach. I mean, people get nervous about making change because the anticipation is such a huge radical change, but you can take baby steps. But I think if you don't stay honorable and true to what you really want to do, you wind up looking back and I shoulda, coulda. And I never in my life want to be that person. I shoulda, I coulda. And then when you finally step back, it may be even too late. And it is too late to do so. Everyone says never too late. Yeah, no, it is too late. I'll pull out one. We're talking about professionally, but I'll talk about personally. It's too late to decide you want to have a baby at 54. Your body ain't
Probably.
doing it.
Yep.
Yeah,
Your
yeah,
body's not
that's
doing
it.
you. Maybe you can adopt me, all
Yeah.
sorts of things. But if you really, when I say have a baby, you want that whole
Mhm.
experience, that
Right.
whole pregnant experience, the
Uh-huh.
whole thing. You're
Yeah.
not there. It's too late. I don't know why we
Yes.
get so nervous about saying those words. I guess
Yeah.
because it's so definitive.
Uh-huh.
Right.
But it's too late. I I I should have not gone back to work 7 days after I had a C-section and go back to work full time.
Wow.
I shouldn't have done that. It's
Wow.
too late to say that now.
Yeah.
That's a
That's
long time
really,
ago.
yeah.
So I'm making change for business and pivoting and adding something in small increments. Feel it out, test the water, decide.
Yeah.
Don't invest massive amounts of money, but even a massive amounts of time. I'm trying something new now, and I'm careful about my expenditure of time before I have proof of concept.
Right. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. For
Yeah.
Taryn and I, this has been, Taryn always says it was our yes year last year. We said we're just going to go for everything and see where it takes us. A
Yeah.
year
Yeah.
ago, at this point, we had no thoughts or plans or concept of starting a podcast. And fast forward now, here we are a year later talking to you. So we
Right.
are
Yeah.
really excited to where, pivoting and just trying out new things.
And
Yeah.
see where it takes you. And
Takes
most
you.
things we do can be changed. You have a second chance. You can stop things, start things. I do know people a lot of people started podcasts during COVID.
Mhm.
Because barriers to entry did not seem very onerous, and they were home
Right.
anyway, and a home
Yes.
studio and all that stuff.
Uh-huh.
And some of them are running very successful podcasts that frankly changed the trajectory of their business. And they became more involved in the whole podcasting world, and their other
Mhm.
business is backburnered, if not
Yeah.
shuttered totally.
Yeah.
And other people, and I was on some of those podcasts, God bless them. They didn't invest in anything. So I was doing a podcast with someone who was doing the podcast from their basement. Literally, you could see pipes.
Oh,
And that's kind of fun and funky. Okay.
Yeah.
And I got, it's fine. But
Uh-huh.
it was, and they by nature are so very, very uncomfortable on camera, etc.
Mhm.
And after it was all over, I said, look, I love doing that because I love you, etc., etc. But you got to sit back and decide if this is something you really want to do for you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's
Don't-
good. You're brutally honest with them. I
Yeah.
like that.
Don't feel like you have to because other people. I think podcast is a very interesting medium that we have now. People ask me all the time, seriously, you should start a podcast. You should start a podcast. It's a tremendous amount of work. It's a tremendous amount of work and time. I know that from friends having podcasts,
Mhm.
and it's just one thing I don't want to add into the soup right now,
Yeah.
Right.
and
that's
probably
fair.
ever. But I respect it. I think it's great.
Yeah.
So good
Thank
for you. Congratulations, the year of
Thank you.
yes.
Yes,
Yay.
the year of yes. And I'm so happy that you said that because on the flip side of it, Taryn and I are saying yes to so many things that we're trying to figure out, where do you draw the line where it just becomes too much and takes over, and you want to make sure that you have, harmony in other areas of your life. If you're too much on one side versus, maybe family time or friends time, things may not be working harmoniously for you or in balance. So something's got to give. So you just have to make sure it's kind of even.
I think women tend to say yes a lot. I think we are yes people. And we always have, yes, I don't mean this to be gender bashing or anything. I feel like we tend to put more on our plates. We are more yes in community. We are more yes in I can do that. Can anybody help me with? I can.
Absolutely. The first one.
In my world, I run 2 community organizations where I live. I run another business along with WordsWork copywriting. We tend to be doers, many, and I think you really do have to be careful where you just burn out and the joy comes out of the different things. The soup no longer has a good flavor. There's too much in it,
Yeah.
And it's not that you're taking away from, and the truth is, it's not like you're taking away from your family. It's not, usually you're just taking away from yourself. And the level of exhaustion is a bad indicator. So I think we have to add in things. And while we're adding in, I think it's important to lean back and go, this just isn't serving me well, or this isn't serving me well anymore. It once was, but not that now that I'm doing this, I have to let that go.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
You're
absolutely right. And that's really good advice. I take that to heart too. We're always trying to figure out how to manage everything else. Our kids are, teenagers, so we're dealing with all the fun stuff that goes along with having teenagers and running a business and a household. So it's okay to ask for help, and it's okay to step back sometimes if you need to and just take some mental space for yourself.
It's more than okay. I think it's imperative.
Yeah.
I really think it's imperative. And I think I would say major steps have been made. We're not there yet, but major steps have been made to acknowledge the importance of self-care and wellness. And nobody really looks down on that. And if they do, you don't want them in your life or your business anyway. But to recognize that physical and mental health, if you're not operating optimally in both areas, you're no good for anyone.
Right.
Your kids, your business, your clients, your community, you're just not good for them. And so I think we have to factor in, this is me time. This is my time. This is when I run. This is when I take a shower. And I don't want to have my phone in the shower with me because I'm not being called to the operating chamber. I tell people, I have friends who are, running on empty sometimes. And I just say, get a grip.
Yes.
Get a grip.
I love it.
Because, the patient is not in the operating chamber. You're not the only person who has a scalpel. I mean, seriously, if I don't pick up that call, there's no content emergency.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Give me a break.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
people can wait.
Get there.
They can wait.
But what does self-care look like for you? So what's important? What's a non-negotiable for you on that front?
Seeing my grandchildren is non-negotiable. Seeing my grandchildren and get grandchildren, I have 4, and being a regular, consistent part of their life, not I show up once every 6 weeks and have like a gift or some stuff like that.
Right.
But I'm going to take that back a little bit because I have remote grandchildren and close grandchildren physically.
Okay.
So physically close, I could drop by and say, I was in the neighborhood, wanted to say hi. I came by just for a hug. A surprise pickup at nursery school. Denver is a little bit more difficult, but I do make it a point to try to get there at least 1 week every 6 weeks.
Okay.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
I really do. It's really important. So that's a non-negotiable for me because after your kids are teenagers now, and I'm going to talk to you, and all of a sudden they're going to be married and have their own kids, and that's how fast it went.
Yeah.
So what I'll tell you, grandchildren is the big do-over.
Okay.
And so it's the do-over of the things I effed up when I had kids. It's also an opportunity to relive all of the fabulous stuff.
I love it.
And it's even better. And so you get to see your kids as parents, which is a mind blower in itself. and you get to relive all the fabulous parts. And because you have the wisdom of doing it, some of the things that are making them crazy, and it made you crazy too, are gone in the blink of an eye.
Wow.
And we really just have to sit back and enjoy the ride.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it is, and I'm an only child, so it's like this whole 4 grandchildren thing is like, whoa, where are all these kids
Wow.
coming
I love it.
Aw. Yeah, my mother-in-law was far away and they did come often to visit, but she always kept a book in her pocketbook. So whenever my son or my daughter would call and FaceTime, they would always say, "Grandma, will you read to me?" And
Oh,
she
that's
would
the best. Yeah.
literally, when you say stop whatever you're doing, she could be in the middle of the grocery store and be like,
Yeah.
"Okay, Grandma, I'm going to read to you." And it was like such a bonding way for them because they
That's
couldn't
awesome.
physically be near each other. It was their thing. It was amazing. So
Yes, making something your thing is also very fun. We have things, and my husband and I have different things with each of our grandchildren.
yeah.
But having a thing with each one, and I have one that's only 3 months old, so I don't have a thing with her yet. But I have a thing with the others, and it is fun.
Yeah, yeah.
It's really fun. So
Yeah.
that's the non-negotiable. Other than that, seriously, the non-negotiable for me now has to do with people. Everything else can be fixed, replaced.
Yep.
You lose it, it's okay. You lose,
Yeah.
you lose that project, that client, whatever. That's all. You have a do-over.
Right.
You just don't have a do-over with your family.
True.
Aw,
No, you're absolutely right.
that's amazing.
So-
You're absolutely right.
Those are non-negotiables for me.
All right.
That's it though.
That's
Oh,
perspective. I love it, Adrian. I love it. All of that.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So, a lot of our listeners come from very different worlds. We have corporate careers, entrepreneurships, people navigating, what to do next in life. So, how can storytelling help them, connect with other people, connect with themselves, maybe
Yeah.
get new jobs?
Yeah. Well, I think storytelling is also one of those. We always had storytellers. And that's what people would do, I think, going from town to town and would tell stories. And that's how people in town 2 would know what was going on in town 1. But we brought it to a whole new level. So we all understand that when we want to teach something to somebody, we want to get their attention. We want to promote ourselves. We want to convey messaging. The best way to do it is in a very personal / storytelling type of way. You can lay out facts. All right. I can send you a spreadsheet, but I promise you that if I took the information in the spreadsheet and I made it a story, that could have even been once upon a time in 2025, the increase in infant mortality was significant. And here's why. And if I just even started that way, as opposed to the increase in it went up like 42.3%, and the reasons are in these scientific analyses, that kind of thing. So it's just interweaving the human and the personal into the facts and pulling it out in that sort of way. Storytelling bios are particularly impactful these days. I tried to write one for a new client of mine, and everything they have in their bio and their CV is so scientific because that's what they do. So it's getting a little hard for me. It may be out of my sweet spot, but I use it a lot, and I write a tremendous amount for myself. My business is to write for clients, but I'm always writing for me because that's what I like to do. I write social media. I write a blog for myself. I just reactivated my newsletter. I don't feel comfortable not writing. I write every day. Yeah. So I would tell people before they get keyboard bound, they should almost take their phone and tell a story. And don't edit it. Don't worry about if you stop and start. Don't worry if about you lose your place and have to go back. It's all okay. It's all okay. Just get it out there and then listen back. And that could be the foundation of how you actually get something into a blog or into a social media page, but record it first.
Right.
And just hear yourself tell it, and tell it as a story. Imagine yourself talking to a class of kindergartners. They love stories. They sit in little circles and pay attention.
Yeah.
Anytime you can get more than one small person to be paying attention at the same time, you're doing a story.
Oh,
Exactly.
I love that.
That's how we
And
work with our business too. It's just,
Yeah.
we with the insurance business, it's storytelling, because you can't touch and feel insurance. It's not a product, it's a concept. So just going through the storytelling definitely helps
Yes.
it and makes it, less intimidating for people too.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, you could tell lots of stories about how insurance really saved the day, and
Right.
we've loads of stories based on weather and loads of stories based on accidents, et cetera, and
Right.
not intimidating, but humanizes it and makes
Yeah.
it more accessible for people who aren't in your space.
Yeah. So for someone listening who thinks that I don't have a story, so what would you tell them?
Oh, everybody has stories. Everyone has stories. Yeah, no. And how do you figure out what to write about? Well, you figure out what to write about. Seriously, if you get up in the morning, one of the first things you do is, turn on Spotify or Pandora or whatever. Just start listening. What are the titles of those songs? What's the music you're listening to? You can write a story from visual and audible cues that show up every day. When you're taking a walk, what do you notice? What did your kids say this morning that had you chuckling on the way to work, out of the mouths of babes? What are you passionate about? What do you hate? And why? And
Right.
because you're not, but trust me, if you don't like that, there are probably 10 million other people who are right behind you. I don't like when I can start a blog right now. Talk about pissing me off. The very first thing that happened to me this morning was at the red light, before I had a second to put my foot on the gas, the person behind me honked and blasted their horn.
Oh no.
Yep.
And so what did that make me do?
Stop.
Stop. Exactly. And there I have the story. I have that story, and I have everyone woven in, because I have the person who honked who's reading now. I have the person who doesn't like to be honked at in 1 second reading now. And no, I'm going to piss somebody off, and the other people I'm not. But we're living our stories.
Yeah.
Every day.
Yeah.
And we get so tied up in knots about how to put it out there. So my advice for that is, one, give it a try, and maybe speaking it first, and then converting it into text is even the best way to go. But if you are in a business and you want to have content, I don't care what the business is, and I don't care what the content is. It's whatever the words have to appear. Back up, words have to appear. You really need content. It's the key differentiator these days in a big sea of sameness. But you're too busy because you have a business to run. You have a very big family, or one kid, or no kids. It doesn't matter. You have a lot going on in your life. You don't like writing. You really don't like writing. It's not your skill set. Or you love writing, but you're a perfectionist, and it takes you 1 hour to write one line. And you then rethink it and start it over again. Or you're a combination of all of those things. And it took you 3 months to write that one blog, but unfortunately you need a blog a week. That's your time to sit back and say, how can I get this done without me doing it? If I have a cavity, it's how can I go see Dr. So-and-so, and so I can make sure it's filled. All right. It's not, I'm not going to do it myself. I'm not going to, my brakes felt soft this morning. I'm not going to fix them myself. God bless you if you can, but I'm not going to do that. So there are resources out there. Resources include, if you work in a company, you can hire someone in-house to be your in-house writer, part-time or full-time. Great. Right. Awesome. Freelancers. Great. You don't have to hire them in-house. You don't have to have benefits or any of that stuff. Hire a freelancer. Hire someone who does it as a business. Okay. Someone like me, and there's a million like me, and hire them for lots of different reasons. Criteria may vary. People say, oh, I don't have to hire anyone in-house or out of house. I don't have to do this. I don't have to do this. I'll just use chat. Go for it. Go for it. But I don't believe you're going to succeed. I've seen people go for it and then call me up or call my friends up who do the same thing I do. Here's why. Chat is a fabulous tool. It's amazing. It's a great editor. It can give you 10 different headlines for one article. But you know what? None of the headlines are as good as when you sit back and you look at all 10. And here's what I do. I start to I see how I can mix different words from them together and come up with the best headline. It's too pragmatic. It very rarely captures your voice, and only if you train it exquisitely well. And most people don't know how to do that. There are classes on how to prompt. People just say, write me an article on. Really? You think that's going to be your voice? Oh my gosh, that's sad. So AI isn't the full answer, but it can certainly help you, and it can help you keep your costs down if you're thinking any of those resources might be too expensive, because maybe you use chat and you give them the chat articles to edit and rewrite. That I've had clients work with me that way. They give me what chat wrote and I rewrite it. It takes me much less time.
Yeah, absolutely.
So there's so many different ways, but you can't ignore content anymore.
Yeah,
agreed. And the space is crowded, and I love how you gave us advice on how to differentiate yourself and just be authentic to who you are and what you like to do, and what's happening throughout your day, so you can connect with other people, on a real level. They want to see who you are, not just what you're selling and what you want to get from them.
Oh, great comment. Yeah. People need to know who you are. They need to trust you and like you before you could even start to talk about anything that you can offer them.
Right. Yeah.
And so trust has to be there, and confidence and a relationship. So you do all that first, and you can do that fairly quickly, and you do it a lot through content. There's all sorts of other ways as well. But we all have gotten cold emails and cold pitches on LinkedIn and stuff like that, and you just delete those. Right. You literally just delete those. They're hardly worth their weight in gold. And here's the thing that what people forget. Some people hire folks to do funnel campaigns and stuff like that. If you're a smaller business, a solo business, etc., understand that in order to get those leads, they're going out to tens of thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands of names to cull out a few. I think there's an easier way to get to those few. I really do. Really do.
So what's one small thing someone could try, today or this week, just to be able to get their story out there and to connect with others?
Write it. One thing they can try is literally to sit down and write typically you can use almost your blog post on LinkedIn as well. You can modify it, and certainly LinkedIn has restrictions. I forgot on characters, what the number of characters is, but you can write a long form blog, a long form post for LinkedIn. Make it a point of doing that over the weekend. Notice something, give yourself 3 topics, listen to music. What did you think about a movie? I'll tell you what all the rage is now, and I actually did something on it and intend to do more of it because I find it a fascinating phenomena. So heated rivalry is everywhere, and it's a book, and it's, if you don't know, everybody knows, it's the TV show that's on HBO, started though by Crave, produced by Crave out of Canada. I want to give them their due. And yeah, it's adorable, hunky 24 and 25-year-old guys, and it's tremendous amount of simulated sex. But once you get past that, and you can get past that pretty quickly, it is a beautiful story, and it's a beautiful story for a lot of different ways. And I read it twice. I read the book twice. I read both of, she has 5, and I read the 2 that are from Heated Rivalry twice. It's a story about masking. We all mask every day. If you're a strong woman, maybe you soften yourself up. If you have a neurodivergent child, you know how they're masking all the time. Introverts are masking because they exist in an extroverted world. People who are gay are masking because they can't reveal that and maintain the relationships they may have, or their job, et cetera, et cetera. And it's first and foremost a story about masking, but it's also a story about relationship and how relationships grow for anyone and everyone. So those are 2 huge topics, and you can write 5 years worth of social media content based on 1 episode. Wow. Okay. It doesn't have to be Heated Rivalry. So what's your big series? What do you love watching? What are the lessons you're taking out of it? Right. Write 1 sentence and go from there.
Wow. That's awesome. Well, so Adrian, to kind of wrap up, so where can people find you? Where can they learn more about what you do in your work?
Yeah. So if you go on LinkedIn, it's Adrian Miller at WordsWork. It's Adrian Miller, and it says WordsWork Copywriting. I forgot what the full LinkedIn address is. Miller at adrianmiller.com is my email.
Okay.
WordsWork Copywriting is my website.
Love it. Love it. Well, thank you so much for coming on our podcast. This is so energizing, and you gave me a ton of ideas. I love writing. And so I feel like, tomorrow I'm just going to sit, it's quiet. I'm going to get my notebook and just jot down ideas and think about songs I'm listening to or movies I've seen and put this into practice. So this was really nice.
Excellent. Love it. Thank you for having me.
We loved having you. And if you like this episode, if you want to subscribe moving forward, but yeah, we'll have a great day, and we'll see you next time on Hustle Meets Harmony.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Bye.
Thanks for tuning in to Hustle Meets Harmony.
We hope you found something real, relatable, and maybe even a little inspiring.
Don't forget to follow the show and connect with us on social for more conversations.
Until next time, keep chasing your dreams and finding your harmony.